Hello, can you all hear me? Please let me know. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Are we here? Let's start joining. Let's start joining. Let me know if you guys can hear me, please. Thank you very much. If you are hearing me, please let me know. I would love to know, is the audio clear? Is anybody here? Let me know if the audio is clear enough. And are you all hearing me very well? I would love to know. We are starting the live stream now. Our guest will soon join us. Hi, YJ, how are you? Thank you so much. Khalil, Barin, you are welcome. Thank you so much. Please hit the like button as you are joining. Our guest will soon be here with us. I want to know if you guys, the voice is clear, right? Is it very clear? Okay. Let's play this music while we wait for our guests and other people. Share this live stream, please, guys. Share, 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 share. I want us to reach 100 on the live stream at once today. Is it possible? I think it's possible if we do it. So let's share this live stream. Share on your Facebook, share on your WhatsApp, share everywhere, guys. Please help me reach this goal, okay? Let's reach 100 people on this live stream at once today. I think we can do it. So it's going to be very interesting. I see our guest is already here waiting, and you guys are actually going to enjoy yourself today. I want you to share this. Share, share, share. Can we do the magic, guys? Start hitting the like. Hit the like button. Share the video, please. Share the video. Hi, Sapudi Kuchicha. Our guest, you are welcome. I know you can see. I can see you in the room. We're soon going to add you. Can you hear me? I believe you can hear me, right? Okay, so we are going to add you very soon. You guys, you want to see our guest? Okay, many of you are already, say, wow, wow. Oh, yeah, yeah, wow. So, yes, she's here today. Don't worry, you are going to see her, but you're going to hear a lot. You guys, please hit the like button, share, share, share. I think we need more people in this live stream. I know others are going to join as we start, but please hit the like button and share. While we wait for people, let's quickly play this music, and in like 3 minutes, we're going to start. So this is just the introduction part. Okay, YJ, I'm fine. Thank you so much. How are you? I hope you're fine as well. So I'm going to play music while we wait for more people to join us today or tonight. Oh, Uchiha. I was thinking it's our own Nigerian kind of pronunciation. Uchiha, okay. Uchiha, are you Malaysian? Or which country are you from? Let me know. I would love to really know. Which country are you watching from, Uchiha? Khalil Barin said, I have shared the stream. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's share more. Let's share more. Let's share more. Okay, while we are waiting, I'm going to just play one of my favorite Malaysian songs that I like so much. I think today I was able to guess the song. So let's see. I hope it's not copyright, but anyways, let's try. Asia, it's truly Asia. People smiling everywhere, showing you how much they care. Welcome to Malaysia. This land so beautiful, it's still so far away. This land is paradise, only a smile away. The soul of Asia, the essence of Asia. In this land where dreams come true, Malaysia. Asia, it's truly Asia. People smiling everywhere, showing you how much they care. Welcome to Malaysia. This land so beautiful, it's still so hard away. This land is paradise, only a smile away.
come true, Malaysia. The soul of Asia, the essence of Asia, it's truly Asia. Malaysia, truly Asia. Malaysia.
That was a very nice one. Yes, I actually enjoyed that song. Yes, it's truly Asia. Okay, we're going to start now. So, because we have a lot to ask our guests, so I'm going to be bringing in our guests now. I think when we start, more people are going to join us shortly. So, you guys want to see the guests? I know many of you are here because of the guests on the thumbnail. Yes, okay. It's not a clickbait, don't worry. It's real, it's not a clickbait. So we are going to start right away. Join me as I welcome our special guest today. She's going to introduce herself anyways, but let me add that to the stream. Okay, audio clapping, audio clapping. Yes, you are welcome. I can see
Thank you very much.
you on the screen. Can you hear me very well? All right, you're welcome.
Yes, I
nice
can
to
hear
have you here today.
Thank you, thank
All
you.
right. Welcome to Explore with Bolu, and everybody is very happy that you are here. I know that as you have joined the stream today, more people, you see, they are started coming in. So I think we have some magic with you today. More people will come in as we start. All right. So first of all, I'd like to appreciate you for actually accepting the invite and joining us today. We are very happy. And today we want to discuss about your experience. Okay, we want you to share your experience with us, basically, with regards to Malaysia and all you know about Malaysia since you came here. So first of all, we'd like you to introduce yourself very briefly. Thank you.
My name is Josephine, but everyone calls me Jo. I'm a just graduated student of the University of Malaya here in Malaysia. I've been in this country for almost 5 years now, alongside my family as well. Yes, I've been living here, and just it's a great place to live, and it's been fun. It's been fun. Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice. It's good to hear people say living in their country is fun. So you are going to expatiate that very soon. Okay. Anyway, before we continue, I hope you guys are hearing the audio very well. There's no crack today, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. I think it's very clear. Okay. So firstly, I'd like to know, like, there are many countries, right? So, but first of all, how did you know about Malaysia, anyways? Maybe from there we can know some information.
Well, I got to know about Malaysia because I had family members who came here initially to study, particularly my mom.
Okay.
She did a PhD here as well. So.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Okay, so it's like automatic for you, right? Because I mean, your mom
well,
was
not
here.
exactly, but it was easier. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, it was easier. Okay. So why Malaysia? Because you now, is it just because of your parents, or did you have any idea about Malaysia or something? Yeah, this is live. This is a live show. This is live, okay? So did you have any idea about Malaysia apart from your parents before? Normally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when I moved to Malaysia, I did not start studying immediately, of course. I moved here alongside my family, and I lived here for a few months just living at home, seeing what it was like. That was when I decided that I was going to study here. So I did some research,
Oh,
and then I found out that Malaysia had some of the best universities in the world and at very
wow,
affordable prices. Yes. So I decided, well,
wow.
since I already have family here, I might as well just study here. It's great education and I get to be close to my family too. So why not?
Hmm. Wow, that's a very nice decision. Okay, so Malaysia has some of the greatest universities in high
That is
ranking
true.
in the world.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and I think you were privileged. Okay, let me keep quiet. Let me allow you to say it yourself. I know which of the universities you went to because people really need to know these things. Okay, so how long have you been in Malaysia?
I've been here for 4 years and 6 months.
Wow, 4 years and 6 months. That's been a long time.
It
That's
has
been a long
been a
time. At least
while.
you have experienced a lot of things here while in Malaysia. Okay, so the next question is, what triggered your studying in Malaysia and why did you choose the particular university? I think you have answered the part of the first question. You can still give us more
Yeah.
information, but like, why did you choose the university you choose and which university did you actually go to? Because
Okay.
there are a lot of universities also in
When
Malaysia.
when I applied to about 5 different universities. So, I mean, public universities in
Oh,
Malaysia. Yes, I got
okay.
admission to two of them
Wow,
when,
wow,
and
wow.
so I had to make a decision of which one I wanted to go
Which
to.
are the universities?
And
Okay, which
yes,
university and
I
which
got
university?
admission to University of Malaya, and UNIMAS, University of
Okay.
Malaysia, Sarawak.
Wow, Sarawak and University Malaya in KL.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
that's very
yes.
nice. Okay, so
So
what was your why did you choose UM?
the decision was very easy. University of Malaya
Uh,
first is the best in Malaysia. That's completely incontestable. It's the first university in the country and the highest ranking one. Secondly, at the time
wow,
I came in, the university was in the top 120 universities in the world.
in the
And so
world.
it was
Wow.
way too easy to make that decision.
Okay. So because of their ranking, basically, but
Yes, because
physically,
of their ranking.
okay, but physically wise, do you think UM is a very beautiful campus? Don't be
You
partial, oh.
Of course,
Because
I
some
will
people
be
are.
partial. That's my alma mater. Yes, but UM is a very beautiful campus. There's a lot of greenery. There's trees
Wow.
everywhere. And most of the buildings are high rise, which means that you also get a
Hmm.
beautiful view when you go up top to some of the
Up
top
top.
floors. You get to see
Hmm.
beautiful buildings, not just within the school, but even outside the school. So from the University of
Okay.
Malaya, if you're in certain places, you actually can see the Twin Towers from inside the
Oh
school.
wow.
Yes.
Wow. And that's
So
one of the
it is
iconic
beautiful.
tourist attractions in Malaysia, the Twin Towers. Okay, that's very beautiful. Okay. So that's good. And I heard that there are also monkeys in the campus. Is that true?
Yeah, we have all sorts of animals in the campus, all kinds.
So you are enjoying both the the normal city life and also the village life just in one setting.
Yeah.
That's very beautiful. Okay, very nice. Okay, let's read some comments from here, and I think today we'll try to make it side by side. Normally we used to answer questions at the end, but just to make it flow so that we don't take much time, I will just read some of the questions here. Somebody said, "Oh, family members are in Mali." Yes, yes, that was what he said. Somebody said, "Why do you like? What do you like about?" No, don't worry. You are going to answer that one later.
Okay.
Somebody said, University Malaya ranks first. It's not easy to apply there. Yes, it's not easy to apply there. So, what was your trick? Because some people are saying it's not easy to apply there. Maybe they want to apply. What was your trick? And back undergraduate for that matter, right? Why? How did you get it? Tell us the
With
secret.
it's actually pretty straightforward. Your
Oh,
A level results. They don't take O level for university admissions in Malaysia. So you have to do
okay.
SCPM or A levels, foundation, diploma,
Hmm.
matriculation, some sort of pre-university. You need some sort of pre-university qualification. But because I'm from
Oh,
Nigeria, it was a bit easier for me. Our school leaving certificate, we call it
Yeah.
WAEC, is
Why?
equivalent to
Okay.
STPM here in Malaysia. And so I didn't have to
Okay.
do any extras. That was enough for
Okay.
me to get into the university. That's one.
Mm. Okay.
Secondly, UM does not take anything less than distinction for their admission.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you have distinctions in all the core subjects for the course you want to do, for example, if you want to do engineering, you need mathematics, you need physics, you need chemistry, and
Okay.
probably further mathematics, additional math.
Wow.
So if you have distinctions, that is A,
Mm.
B, 1, 2, 3, the A1, B2,
One,
and
two, three.
B3 in those subjects, then it's not a
Yes.
problem. You get into UM like very easily.
Very
So
easily.
for me, I
Wow.
guess that was why it was so easy for me.
Hmm. In fact, this interview is also educating me because I did not even know about that O level stuff. So really, you cannot normally you cannot use O level to enter
Normally, you cannot.
Malaysia University. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I see. So guys, this is very great information for you. You cannot use O level. Somebody, okay, let's answer some of the questions that are direct. Somebody said O levels. Wow. Somebody said A level. What of WAEC O level? No, right?
Uh, WAEC, Nigerian WAEC, is equivalent to A level here. So yes, you
Is
can
that
use WAEC to
so?
get into university. Yes.
Oh, you can use WAEC. Okay, let me note that down. So WAEC is allowed.
Yes,
Okay,
that was
WAEC
what
is
I used
allowed.
to get in.
Okay. So, but you cannot use ECHO. In
No,
Nigeria, we have what they
NECO,
call
NECO wouldn't
MECO.
work.
You can't use it. Wow,
No, you
wow,
can't.
wow. Okay. Okay. So those of you coming from African countries, you can actually use your West African is it West African Examination Council, I'll call it now. What? Okay. What of the English language proficiency?
Yes.
The English language
For
proficiency.
most universities in Malaysia,
Yes.
we Nigerians don't need to submit proof of English
The
proficiency for
English.
most
Is
universities.
that so?
But for
Okay.
University of Malaya, every single student, well, undergraduate, needs to submit some proof of English proficiency, no matter where you're from. Even if you're Malaysian, you have to.
Wow.
The usual choices for international students are IELTS, TOEFL,
I
and yeah.
okay.
But there are also other options. For example, most of the universities have their own pre-university centers, and those centers also
Hmm.
offer English courses. So you go there, you take the English
Interesting.
course, and then you can take the Malaysian University English test, MUET, that's what they call it.
Okay.
So you can also take that as well, or you can go to those centers and afterwards you can write IELTS or TOEFL and then use that to get in.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. That's a very great one. Okay, I can see Muna is here. Muna is one of our fans for the channel. Okay. Uh I just want to say hi and go. Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate you that you are here. Somebody said, what of credit of English in WAEC? Is it not enough for your English proficiency?
No, they
So
don't
a
take a
credit in
WIAC
English
for English proficiency. No, you have to do
wow.
IELTS or TOEFL. Yes,
Or TOEFL. Wow, that's
yes.
very powerful. This is very funny, but I will not go further to ask more questions because I was wondering. But that's very great. Okay, many questions. Since we have a lot of applicants here, many questions are coming in just on this one question. Oh,
Okay.
okay. Thank you so much. Somebody is greeting you. I think you have some fans here. Somebody said, how much the fee of UM per month? Average.
Okay. We don't pay per month. We pay per semester. A semester is
Per
about
semester.
4 or 5 months.
Okay.
So fees are different depending on which faculty you're in. So for
Oh,
international students, you can pay from the fees usually range from around 7,000 ringgit to up to 11,000 ringgit. This
wow.
is not
Around seven.
counting medicine or dentistry courses, by the way. Those ones are
Oh,
totally different segments on their own. So yeah,
wow, wow. 7,000 uh to 8. 12,000, right? Or 9,000?
Yeah,
Is that what you
11,
said?
12. Yeah.
11, 12. Wow, that's quite. It's okay actually because I think if you compare to Canada and all those places, I think it's still very, 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 very fair, right?
Very cheap.
Right?
Very,
Am
very
I
cheap.
right?
Yes.
Very cheap.
That's about
Okay. All
$2,000
right.
to about $3,000, $4,000. So
Three, four thousand
really
dollars.
cheap.
Okay, that's very cheap. Okay, let's take more questions. And sorry, let's continue the interview. Don't worry, guys. Keep asking a question. I will take note of some of your questions and we'll answer them as we progress. Okay. So this is very interesting. I'm enjoying this interview myself. Guys, are you enjoying the interview? If you are doing that, please hit the like button, share this live stream so that other people will come and also benefit from what we are sharing here. Okay, now the next question you are going to tell us a little about your university days at UM. I'm interested in this also. Story time. Okay.
Okay. My time in university at UM was fun. To summarize, it
Wow.
was very, very, very interesting. There were a few
Hmm.
factors that made this possible. I think I'll just take some of them one after the other. When I got into UM, the first thing
Hmm.
University of Malaya does for you is the orientation program. And
Okay.
the way it's designed in UM, we have international students orientation, and then there's the
Hmm.
local student orientation, and then there's the joint one. So what
Hmm.
happens is we get the chance to get to know other international students separately in our own bubble, and then afterwards
Wow.
we get to know the local students as well. Right. So
Wow.
during international student orientation, that was where I met some of the people who are still my friends even till date.
Hmm.
So we had the orientation together. We'd go for our medicals together. We went on
Wow.
school-sponsored trips as well, things like that. So UM has a very comprehensive orientation program that helps you get to know the school, get to know the faculty, and also get to know the people that you'll be studying with as well.
Wow.
So that was
Wow.
one. And afterwards, I found out about the organization we call UMISA. That's UM International
Lisa.
Student Association. Yeah, so
Okay.
apparently the international students in UM have their own organization, which is
Okay.
for helping international students to settle in, helping them to make friends, helping them to uh, get whatever complaints or requests they have to the school management
Okay.
as well. So I
Okay.
found out about UMISA and I joined the association. And so when I
Wow.
joined, was it was very, very beautiful because we didn't just do association things in a way,
Okay.
but we were also friends. We also would hang out together, we'd spend a lot of time together, and we
Wow.
used to organize events for international students.
Hmm.
Sometimes we had events for both internationals and locals, and the events would include
Lucas.
food, would include games, giveaways, all kinds of things like that. So it
Wow.
was a lot of fun, and it helped to take our minds off uh, academic
The
things. So when
stress.
you're done reading and all, you can come and hang out with your
uh,
friends, have some food, have some fun, and it was always so
hmm.
nice. So yeah, I think those
Wow.
are the
This is so
major
beautiful.
factors that helped me to really settle into UM, to really
Okay.
have fun with everything.
Wow. That's so beautiful. Okay. With regards to this particular question, I would like to ask you. So, you have told us your story, but do you have like any clubs? Because I know in Nigeria universities, some they used to have something like clubs. Some of them, yeah. So in Malaysia universities, do they have clubs, especially at the
Oh yes,
undergraduate level?
yes, they
Oh, can
do.
you
They
mention
do
some of
have
them for
quite
us?
a number of clubs. Well, the
Wow.
one that comes to mind the fastest is the Toastmasters Club. And for
Toastmaster.
people who are into speeches and debates, things like
Speeches.
that. So it helps you
Oh,
build your public speaking skills, critical thinking on the spot skills, things like that. The
okay.
Toastmasters usually also go for events outside the school. They compete with other schools, all of those. Yeah.
Wow.
So there is the Toastmasters Club. There's also the Student Union. We called it KMUM, I believe. Yeah. So
Okay.
it was basically UMISA, but for the entire school, something of the sort.
Okay.
Yeah, so they also
Yeah.
had their own events and all of that. There were faculty-based clubs as well. So clubs like reading clubs, there were debate clubs. There are quite a number of clubs. There was PKUM, the Engineering Students
PKUM.
Club. It was for both
Okay.
local students and international students. So many like that.
Okay.
In my faculty, once we had the FLC, the Free Linguistic
Okay.
Conference. So students were involved in organizing that as well. UM has its the UN. Forgot I forgot the name, but the mini United Nations Club, where they
Oh,
have
wow.
like United Nation conferences, but not real ones on a small scale. Yeah, and so they organize those conferences. They go for other conferences in other universities, both within Malaysia and outside Malaysia. There's also ISEC. Uh, yeah,
I
they
said.
go for volunteer. They have volunteer events and they have educational events, uh,
Okay.
programs, all of those. So yeah, there are
Wow.
quite a lot of clubs in UM. Anything you're looking for, if you can't find it, create it. It's
Hmm.
easy.
If you can't find it, create it. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that advice, and that is the truth. If you can't find it, create it, and you will be the boss. Abi? Oh, that's very nice. I think I knew one time when you guys were doing this the intercultural kind of something. It was so interesting, and then you see different countries there. Then they have
Yeah.
food. So this that one was so good. Those were so good. And I think you had an involvement somehow, right? Can you tell us a little bit
Yes.
about your involvement in the international community?
Well, okay. When I first joined UMISA, I was made the head of publicity. So I was
Wow,
in charge
wow.
of our social media channels and all that. Along the
Okay,
line, a new department was created, Department of Protocol,
okay,
because we didn't have any
okay.
department for events. So the Department of
Oh,
Protocol was created, and then I was asked to head that department instead, while the person who was working with me headed publicity. So I accepted, and I was heading protocol. That was when the UMICAF that you're talking about happened. We call it UMICAF, University of Malaya
you.
International Cultural and Food Festival. UMICAF.
Wow,
So I was directly involved in the organization of that particular event
wow,
because of my position, right? And
wow.
then afterwards, in by the next tenure, I contested and became the vice president of the association as well.
Wow. Let's clap, let's clap, let's clap. Our guest is a big person. Oh, I did not know. That's very good. So proud. That's very good. Proud of you. Okay. Tell us more. Tell us more. Tell us more.
Oh well. uh, let's see. UMISA basically is the home away from home for international students usually, which is why we're so committed to all of the things we did. We used to have events almost every other month in UMISA, and
Wow.
it wasn't just for hanging out, but if you ask most international students, they tell you that UMISA is where you go to build skills that you will need in future. So, for example, the
Hmm.
departments we had within the organization, I think the example I like to use best is the sustainability department. It was
Oh.
uh, it was the money creating department in a way. That was the people in that department were involved in getting sponsorship for the events we had. Organizing events
Oh.
is not cheap. That's the first thing I'll tell you. You actually
That's
do need
true.
a lot of money to do it. Or maybe not a lot of money, but a lot of help, really, to put things in
Okay.
place. And so we had that department, and they would get us sponsorships from companies, from different places for our events. I remember for one of the events I organized, we called it the Interaction Night. It's the first event in the new session. It's for welcoming new
Wow.
international students and helping them to meet the existing international students. So for that event, our sustainability department got us sponsorships from Food Panda, from Texas
Wow.
Chicken, and also from Speed Wheels. Yeah, it was a car rental company. And so we had sponsorships
Wow.
from all these, so we could give gifts during the event to people who attended. We gave lots and lots and lots of vouchers to people. We had gifts for like the people who performed. So we had people who came to sing, who came to dance, different things like that.
Wow.
So that's what I like to say. UMISA is not just for hanging out. It's not just for meeting your friends. Of course, it's for that, but it also helps you build skills that would eventually become so useful even after you leave the university. Like people in that
University.
department now, they know what it's like to write letters of sponsorship to people. They know what to say to get what they need. They know how to negotiate, things like that. And so uh, it was quite an
A
experience
lot of
to
fun.
be in that.
Wow.
Yes.
Now I think I'm understanding why you summarized at the beginning of your talk. You said, in summary, it was fun. I can see the fun. Wow. I think that I did enjoy all these things because probably because I came as a master student or something. But with your the opportunity you had to interact with all these people, I think it's a great one. Maybe I will try to come back for another bachelor's program so that I can experience Malaysia the way you did. But that's really really great, honestly. I think that's a very nice one. There are a lot of questions already, but let's try and answer the interview questions first. Okay, so the next question I'm seeing here, our own question, sorry, is what was your relationship with Malaysians and how did they relate back to you? With this question, we want you to be very, very, very impartial. Of course, you will tell us the truth. So, yes, we want to know what was your own relationship with them and how did you relate? How did they relate back to you? Sorry. Maybe
Okay.
you can join this question with the next one. That is, did
Okay.
you have any
Okay.
Malaysian friends? And tell us about it. Okay. Yeah.
All right. My relationships with Malaysians can be described in one word: complicated. uh,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So the thing is, Malaysians are very conservative. Well,
Mm.
most of them, they're very conservative. They like to keep to themselves. When they don't know you, they would most likely be very quiet around you, wouldn't want to display
Talk to
any
you.
craziness, things like that. But
Mm.
once you get to know them and they get to know you, well, actually, not really. Once you begin to speak to them, they loosen
Yeah.
up. They
Mm.
loosen up a lot, and then they become very free with you. They're so willing to help, so willing to take you to go eat this and eat that, and go ride on one thing and take this other thing. So it's the thing is, the only issue is they won't reach out first. You'd have to make the
Wow.
move yourself to be able to tap into all these things. So they have a lot to offer, but they
Mm.
wouldn't prefer it to you. You'd have to ask for it in a way.
Wow.
So with Malaysians, they can be very conservative when you first meet them, but don't be
Okay.
deceived by that. Once they get to know you, that's it. You're in for the time of your life, basically.
Wow. So they will now be the one to really be very, very, very close to you by that time.
Oh, yes, yes.
Mm.
They will drag you off to restaurants in cities that you've never even visited. They travel 4 hours to go eat something, all kinds of things like that.
Wow, that's so interesting because it's actually almost contrast with what many people, as you said, many people chance they are not friendly at all, like they are just this kind of and of course, yeah, I think I also experienced that because they're very reserved kind of people, as
Yeah.
you said, but once you come closer to them, they begin to actually love you and like you so much. Okay, so did you have any Malaysian friends in particular or friends? And how was it? And are you still
I
friends?
I had a lot of Malaysian friends. Yes, I had friends in school. Uh, not well, my classmates. I guess they could be considered as friends, but I
Okay.
also had other Malaysians within the school who I was friends with. An example would be Kaish. She was living in the same hostel as I was, but we actually became friends because we used to dance. We both used to go to the same places to dance. And then I had friends in church. I had friends at my workplace, and I had random friends, people who would see me on the train and just say, hi, I saw you. My name is this. Who are you? And then we start talking, things like that. So I, I do have quite a number of Malaysian friends. And yes, I am still friends with a number of them, even till date.
Oh, sorry, my network decided to go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay, not the network. I think my earpiece. This thing is very sensitive. So once you touch the thing like this, it just took me off the. Okay, I believe they heard what you said. Anyways, I believe they heard what you said. You guys were hearing her, I think. So me, I couldn't hear that part again, but I'm going to hear it later. Okay. So, but obviously you had a friend, right?
I had a, I had friends.
Friends. Okay, and you guys
Yes.
are still friends up to now. Friends. Wow, that's so beautiful. Okay, I know that if you have friends on Malaysia, at least you'll be enjoying Makan Makan and all that. If not
Yeah.
just because of this COVID now, time.
Yeah.
COVID, well, this COVID now has made everybody to just be in their various, corners. But when there's no COVID, I know that Malaysians they love to do a lot of Makan Makan. Okay, that's very beautiful. So I think people's minds are beginning to adjust and change with regards to this. So the next question here is, do you think Malaysia is worth coming to study? From your own experience, I believe you have finished your bachelor program already. So do you think Malaysia is worth coming to study for those who want to come to Malaysia? Do you think it's worth coming?
Well, I'd say it's a double-edged thing. It would
Okay.
depend on what your plans after studying are. If you
Mm,
are coming to study in Malaysia just for the academics, you are just here
mm,
to learn and then you go back to wherever you're coming from, then yes, I would say
okay.
absolutely you should come here to study. However,
Okay.
if your plan is to stay here after your studies and to keep working or to become a citizen, I'd
Ah.
say you should probably go spend your money somewhere else because Malaysia,
Wow.
it's the laws here are not designed
Okay.
for foreigners, and
Mm,
that's the truth. They don't have allowances for you to live here. They don't welcome it in a way. So they want you to come, learn, and leave. If you do get a job, a lot of people have gotten jobs here. It is possible, but it's very unlikely. So
very
if
unlikely.
that's your plan, perhaps you might want to consider a more welcoming country. But if
Country.
you want good education and that's all you're after, absolutely you should come to Malaysia.
Wow. I love the way you are very, very sincere about this issue because that's just the simple truth. You understand? So, some people, most people, they want to come, especially from that side. They are like, let's go, let's just leave this place and come for killer culture and all those kind of things. And I'm like, calm down, if you don't have the resources, you have to think twice. Malaysia is more of a tourist kind of country, if I'm not mistaken. This kind of you just go and you come back. But that doesn't mean that the opportunity to actually work here is not there. Like she said, there are foreigners that are working here in Malaysia and all that, but you just have to know your way. You understand? Okay. The next question here is so you now have you worked in Malaysia before? And if yes, please share your experience as a foreigner.
Okay. Yes, I have worked in Malaysia before.
Okay.
I've actually worked in quite a number of places as an intern.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
In UM, actually, in most public universities in Malaysia, they have pretty long breaks. We have two breaks in a year. The first one is it's about a month break between January and February,
Okay.
and then the second one is about 3 months from June
Wow.
till August. Right. So because
Okay.
there's that much time, it's very different from private universities. They have like 1 week, 2 weeks of break and like 5 terms in a year, things like that.
Wow.
So but for me, I had long breaks. And so I often didn't want to go home. So I would look
Wow.
for internships to do.
Okay.
Now, getting internships here can be both easy and difficult. It,
Hmm.
it
Wow.
depends
Why is it?
on your
Hmm.
skills.
Okay.
Yeah. So skills that are mostly uh, in demand, especially for
Hmm.
interns, are those skills that they can do, but they don't want to do, or they don't want to pay the full price for, something like that. So, for
Okay.
example, they need someone to handle social media. Of course, they don't want to
Yes.
pay 3,000 ringgit a month just for someone who will sit and manage social media, right? But
Social
it's
media.
easy to
Hmm.
employ an intern who will do that, get it on their CV, and then they can pay the internship price for. Now,
Wow.
for internship price, that varies from company to company. Some people will not pay, some people will pay 500, 600, 700, eight
Hmm.
hundred. I think the highest I've heard so far is 1,500. That one was
Wow.
pretty good for internship. So yeah, getting internships can be easy or hard. If you know how to code, it getting an internship is the easiest thing ever. Everyone's looking for someone to code for them. So there's that.
Good. Wow.
Yeah, graphic design is also quite in big demand here. So if you do know how to do graphic design and video creation and editing, you'd be able to get
Hmm.
internships here very, very easily. So as
Wow.
for my experience uh, in internships, they were pretty nice. Yeah,
Wow.
all my internships here were they weren't the horror stories that you hear in on
Hmm.
the internet and books where interns are just made to get coffee all day. No, none of that here. Usually, in almost all my internships, immediately I come in, I'm given things to do. They hand over their
Wow.
social media to me and they're like, okay, this is what we do. Do you have any ideas? We need more ideas, this and that. So, like, right off the bat, I'm given duties, I'm given responsibilities, and I start work almost immediately.
Wow.
And
Wow.
they it might take a bit of time for them to trust you, but once you show that you know what you're doing and you're willing to
You're
learn,
doing.
they will trust you. It's it's not
Wow.
difficult.
Wow. That's very, very beautiful. Okay. Uh, the next question I'm going to ask here is that what's your favorite Malaysian food? Okay, I see a lot of people have asked that question as well. So what's your favorite?
My favorite Malaysian food is banana leaf rice.
Your favorite Malaysian food is what? Ah, this earpiece wants to spoil my show today. Oh, what kind of earpiece is this one? Okay. Sorry. You said your favorite Malaysian food is nasi.
Banana leaf rice.
Banana, right? Oh, nasi banana. Oh, just banana leaf rice. So that's the Indian one, right?
Yes, that one.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Okay. Indians here. I know people are going to be very happy, right? So our favorite food is banana leaf rice. Okay. So why is it? Does it have any relationship with your food back home or something? Or is it the
Uh,
spices or you just fell in love with it?
well, both. There is a relationship to some of the food back home, or more like
Okay.
it's less of a difference from the food back home. I think I should put it that way. Many of the
Okay.
foods in Malaysia, I still am not able to eat because they're so different from what we have back home.
They are
But
sweet.
banana leaf rice
Many
is,
of their
yes,
foods are sweet, right?
yes, many of the foods here are
Sugary,
sweet. There's
sugary.
sugar, there's all these sauces that I've never even heard of before, all kinds of things in the food. So it was quite hard to get used to. But banana leaf rice was
Wow.
very straightforward. You have rice, you have meat, and then you have a bunch
Mm.
of soups and you can choose what you want, right?
Wow.
So that was quite
It's
easy.
very
It was
easy.
very, and it was spicy. So Can't
Spicy.
complain.
Okay. Oh, so banana leaf rice. That's very great. I wish this was a physical interview. It's physical, no, it's not spirits that are here. Oh, it's physical. But if it was a round table where we are here, maybe we will have ordered for this banana leaf rice so that we can try it on the show. But very soon we are going to try that. Okay. I can see people are commenting. So saying that I love the Indians. So say like me, Gore. Okay. The next question here is that what is most special about Malaysia to you? What is most special? What's that very special thing about Malaysia? Because when you go to a country, definitely there's one thing that interests you so much about the country, right? So what is that thing for you about Malaysia? By the way, you guys, please like this video now. Hit the like something and share. Why are you people so stingy? You just want to be enjoying this interview on your own. I beg. Okay. So tell us, what is so special about Malaysia to you? It can be with regards to the environment, it can be with regards to whatever, anyways.
Well, I would say what I like the most about Malaysia would be the balance. I'll explain.
Balance.
When
Okay.
you first want to come to Malaysia, you go online
Mm-hmm.
and all the things you see are, oh, it's a Muslim country, or they're very strict, you can't do this, you can't do that, this, that, all kinds
Mm.
of things, and you sort of get slightly scared. But
Mm.
then you come here and then you realize that there is a certain freedom that accompanies all the rules as well. So there are rules,
Wow.
but there's also freedom, and they've managed to strike a balance between that. And not just that, they've managed to strike a balance between all the many cultures that are here. I mean, we only know of three races, but in truth, there are so many like different cultures in the country, and they've all somehow managed to create a system where they can
Mm.
all live together. They don't
Wow.
separate themselves the way, for example, in my country we do. Like there's a whole section of the country
Mm.
where only people who speak the same language live, that kind of thing.
Can live,
But that
yeah, yeah.
doesn't happen here. You
Mm.
look to the right and you see someone speaking one language, and then you look to the left and it's a completely different thing. So it's like everyone's living together, everyone's working together, and they've somehow managed to find a balance between all
Wow.
the differences that they have. And so
Wow.
it's easy to live in within a system like that, even though you're
Mm.
completely different, because,
Wow.
well, technically everyone is different.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's very interesting. So it's easy to live within a city like Malaysia because they have this kind of unity. But I want to ask a question which I would love to really know your perspective. People usually say something about racism in Malaysia and all that. We really need to know. Are they racist? Yeah. Have you experienced that kind of thing before? And can you tell us how their own racism usually work? Mm. If they are, if they
Okay.
have. Yes.
There is racism here.
Is that
That's
so?
the first thing I'll say. But then,
Wow.
to be fair, there is racism everywhere
Of
as well.
course. Of course.
Yeah.
Mm.
So just putting that out there. Now, have I experienced racism here? Yes, yes, I have.
Mm.
Not as
Mm.
much as the stories I've heard, but I would say I have.
Okay.
First thing that comes to mind, if I need an example, would be when I was looking for a place to stay.
Wow.
I took my final internship and I was looking to move out of the school. So I was looking
Okay.
for rooms, and then I would speak to people, to agents. They'd ask me to fill up this form with my name, all this, that. And then once I filled it, I'd immediately get a response, oh, we don't rent out to Africans. I'm like, okay,
I've had that a
all
number of
right.
times also.
Yes, yes, that
Wow.
happened to me so many times. Like, oh, I'm
Wow.
sorry, we don't rent out to Africans, or we don't rent out to foreigners. And I'm like, okay, sure, no problem.
Mm.
So
Quite
there
sad.
is that, yeah, and
Mm.
it can be demoralizing, but once you
Of
know what
course.
to expect, it gets easier.
You are ready for it at any time.
Yeah.
Because the thing is very funny, like you can't rent house to Africa, but like this person is the one that will be paying the rent and all that.
Yeah,
It's
they
very
don't want, they don't care about
it's
that.
very funny. Like somebody today now, I had a story of somebody that was, tried to apply to a place for job and all that, and and the job vacancy was still there. You understand? But unfortunately, once the person saw the credentials, because they say send your all these things. Once they saw the credentials, so this our fellow that wanted to get the job, but now called them again. And all that. There's still vacancy there, and the vacancy is still there. Oh. They say we are very sorry, please. The post has been, it has been occupied. He said, but something is still there now. The vacancy, something is still there. It's still there even up to today. He say, see, let me tell you the truth.
No,
We're not collecting, we're not accepting this kind of. I
that's
say,
so sad.
you know, so the vacancy is still there, but it's only for a particular group of people. In one sense, you may say maybe they are trying to actually help their own people first and all that. It will make sense. But in the other sense, I think there are some of these itches here and there that need to be actually looked into. Okay, and as far as international students, I think international students should have the opportunity to do some of these things because it's online, right? It's there online, and many people that are coming to study in Malaysia, they see all these things and they believe in those things. And somebody will now come here now and be stranded. So we hope that our interviews and all these things helps to also synthesize, and also other people that some people may be watching this and they may be the ones that can bring the change. Who knows? So we hope that there's a beautiful relationship between the foreigners, especially foreign students, and the Malaysian situation. Anyways, we have been enjoying your experience. It's quite an interesting one. We are coming closer, closer, closer. The next question here is: do you feel intimidated by your friends staying in other competing countries such as UK, US, Canada, and so on and so forth? Do you feel intimidated by any means? Like you are in Malaysia, and maybe somebody is in the UK, and like, what are you doing in Malaysia? Do you feel intimidated, or what you have seen here? Do you think is actually okay for you, and you don't really feel anything they are saying? Maybe they are just ignorant. I don't know if you get the question.
Well, I do get the question, but
Okay.
well, first, I haven't experienced that. That's one.
Oh, okay.
Secondly, all my friends in other countries, they are studying as well. So
Okay.
if someone asks me that, it would be a question of, but we're both studying, right?
Study.
My university is ranked higher than yours, so I'm not sure where the intimidation is supposed to come from.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
like let's talk about intimidation after we both graduated and we both have jobs. Then we can see who has
okay.
more money in the bank account. But until then, please, we don't have time for that.
Okay, I love the way you answered that question. Okay, so the next question here is that so what's your next plan with your experience in Malaysia so far? Are you planning to maybe do your masters here or something like that? Well, let's know. Let's know. What do you think?
Well,
Hmm.
initially, my plan was get some work experience, like full time work
Okay.
experience, and then go on and do a master's. But then COVID
Oh,
happened. So now my
wow.
plan
COVID
is
happened.
get a master's, and hopefully
Okay.
by that time we would all have learned how to live with COVID, and then you can get a job.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm working towards.
Towards okay. So do you, if you get a master's in Malaysia, are you still going to do your master's in Malaysia, or
I
you want to
can
go to
get a
another
master's
country?
in Malaysia. The only thing that will make me do a master's in Malaysia is if I get a full scholarship.
Wow. Okay. It's possible actually.
It is
It's
possible.
possible.
Yes.
It's possible. Okay. You know people that are in Malaysia and they are enjoying scholarship from Malaysia or
Yes.
maybe from Malaysia,
Well, I do know of a few people, but not undergraduates though. There
not
really aren't
undergraduate.
any
Okay.
scholarships for undergraduates, but there are a few, I think you call them grants. There are a few grants
Grant.
that postgraduate students can take advantage of where you do research and you get paid for it. So you get paid a
Mm.
monthly stipend and your fees paid for as well. And so you get to study and still make money on top of it. So yeah,
Wow.
I know
Wow.
of a few people who have that.
Enjoy that. Okay. That's very interesting. Okay, that's very nice. Uh, so would you recommend Malaysia to your foreign friends who are in
Oh,
other
yes,
countries out of Malaysia,
I've
especially
already
from
recommended
Africa?
to a
To a
number of
lot.
them. Yeah,
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, that means Malaysia is great, lah. Because
it
for you to
is. It is
recommend
great
it to other
for
people,
now.
I think for now, I think you
Yeah, I
have
mean for the present when you're there. But if you have future plans, then it can get difficult.
can get difficult. Wow, wow, wow. That's so nice. Okay. So, what do you think about the expenditure in Malaysia as well, compared to maybe some other places like your groceries, food, and all those things? I mean, transportation, because of course, so far as you are living in Malaysia, whether you are a student or whatever, you're going to spend money. Money is something that must be spent everywhere, right? So, what do you think? Can you say that Malaysia currency is actually fair to spend, or is it too expensive or something?
Well, if you compare with other countries, Malaysia is pretty cheap for whatever
Wow.
is not imported. If it's not
Wow.
imported, it's cheap, right? If you want to buy Air Jordans, of course, it's the same price you buy them in the US that you buy them here, or at least similar prices. Yeah, you can't expect
Wow.
that to be cheaper here. But when it comes
Mm,
to things like groceries, food, yeah,
mm,
it can be pretty cheap here.
okay.
Food is it's on both ends of the spectrum, by the way. You can
Mm,
buy uh, food, you can buy breakfast for 1 ringgit, but you can also buy
mm,
breakfast for 175 ringgit. It's up to
wow.
you. Yeah.
Wow.
So there's cheap food, there is extremely expensive food, there's food for rich people only. But now you have to figure
For
out
rich people,
where on the spectrum you lie and
you
then
lie.
spend your money accordingly.
Is that so?
So,
So
yeah.
you have to cut your coat according to your
Yes.
size.
Yes.
You not go and wear clothes that is for you know. Okay, I understand. Okay, that's very very interesting. So yeah, Malaysia is. I mean, I think
Yeah.
their currency is fair enough.
It is. It
You
is
know,
quite
because
fair. Oh,
they still use
transportation
coins.
as well. Yeah.
Transportation as well. They still use coins here. You know, how do you see that? They still use coins. Even you have 10 ringgit, sorry, 10 cent, you know,
Yeah.
20 cent and all those things. And they compare to some places over there, there's nothing like coins again. You, you know what I'm saying? So that makes their money somehow valuable. I think. I
Yes.
think.
Yes.
I think their money is
Yes. It is.
valuable. In fact, I have something I be keeping coins. I don't know how much that money is yet. One day I'm going to unveil it and check and see how much I've made. So many coins, I've been keeping. So,
Yeah.
that kind of thing is very interesting. Maybe surprised just see some hundreds of ringgit just from coins that you have been saving. Okay, that's very nice. So we are gradually coming to an end, but we're going to answer the questions of the people, some of their questions, before you will now give your final advice to prospective foreign students or workers wishing to come to Malaysia. So that will be the last. But before that, let me pick some questions. Please, you guys that are watching, I hope you are enjoying this. Hit the like button and ask your questions. Start asking your questions now. I will be taking some questions now. So if you have any questions, personal questions, please, if it is too personal, you can see my guest after the event. But the one that is for her, no problem. You can ask your questions. I have some questions here already, so I'm going to ask. Please start asking your questions. We're going to answer as many as we can so that the guest will give you the answer directly. If you're also trying to apply to Malaysia, maybe for your studies or something, you have some personal questions you want to ask, please ask and we're going to answer you. So let me start from the questions here. Okay. So one of the questions here, somebody said, do you know how to speak Malay? I love this question. You have been here for 4 years to 5 years now. So do you know how to speak Malay? And by the way, is it compulsory for you to learn Malay as undergraduate in Malaysia?
Um, I'll answer the second one first. It's
Okay.
there is a compulsory course, a compulsory
Wow.
introduction to Malay
Giving it
course for international
introduction.
students here. Yes,
Okay.
but it's
Okay.
just introductory. It helps you get by, but it doesn't help you speak the language like
The strong
fluently or
one.
anything. Yeah. But with
Okay.
that course, if you concentrate in class and all, if you go
Mm.
to the Pasar Malam, the evening market, you get
You
by
can
pretty
communicate.
easily. Yes, you can introduce
Mm.
yourself, you can buy stuff, you can even sell stuff if you need to. Yeah.
So can
So
you tell us your name? Saya. Eh. How do they
Nana
say it?
Saya Josephine.
Oh, that's very wonderful. Now, Masaya. Okay, very great. Okay, so
Yeah.
answer the second one now. So, do you know how to speak Malay? Not this one that you
I
spoke. Oh.
I don't
Okay.
know how to speak Malay. I know how to get by.
Wow.
I know a few things
Hmm.
here and there, but I can't
Okay.
speak it conversationally. Funny
Okay.
enough, I can understand it to an extent.
To an
If people are
extent.
speaking Malay
Okay.
around me,
You
to
can
a
hear
large
what they are
extent,
saying.
I can understand, yes, what they're saying, but
Wow.
I can't
Wow.
speak it.
So you guys, don't now she told you already that she can hear what you're saying. So you now go and see Josephine on the road now and start saying something that is very she hear you, but she cannot speak, but she can hear you. Actually, it happens. So even back home, in our country, some of the languages we can actually, speak. I mean, we can hear, we can
Yeah.
understand, but we cannot speak. So I think it's all about giving some time to the language and trying to learn.
Hmm.
But do you think Malay language is actually difficult to actually learn? Like, if you really want to learn the advanced one and be able to communicate fluently in Malay, do you think it's difficult compared to other maybe like francophone countries like French and all these other countries? Do you think Malay
Malay is
is
way easier than French. First of all,
wow?
objects do not have gender, so there's that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Malay is pretty easy.
Hmm.
If you understand English,
Yes.
it would be easy to translate uh, stuff into Malay because many of the
Mm.
words are taken from English words. For example,
That's true.
words that end with ion are just they're the same thing, but you change the tion or sion to fi. So you have
Oh,
function as function, and you have
funky.
section as section, and
Sex.
yeah. So there's a lot of equivalents like that. And for other things, I mean, like a normal language, yeah, you have to learn
Mm.
a few new words here and there. The only thing you might struggle with is the order of the words, especially uh, adjectives and nouns. I'm sorry, I studied linguistics, so I'm going to
We
use
didn't
words
even
like
ask. Sorry, that's true.
that.
That's true.
So things
Okay.
like uh, beautiful girl, when you translate into Malay, the words would
Mm.
come out as girl beautiful. So
Girl,
you might
beautiful.
struggle a
Oh,
bit with things like that, and you might
okay.
struggle with the length of some of their words.
Very long.
They stick different elements together, and then you end up with a word that's about 15 letters long, and you're not even sure where to start from. Things like that. Yeah, I mean, you have
Wow.
words like tekhidmatan and keselamatan, and it's like,
Ah, ah. What's the
what?
meaning? What's the meaning
So
of it?
I can't
Okay.
remember the first one, but the second one, I think it means safety. Yeah, I think that's
Wow. And so
yeah,
long.
yeah. So
Wow.
their words can be very long. But
Wow.
aside those two things, it's quite easy to learn, actually. Yeah.
Mm. So, but you enjoy their this what do you call it now? Is it Manglish or whatever? Like you say, okay, la.
Yeah. Yes.
So you say it also. You say la
Yeah,
also.
I do speak Manglish and I'm in the midst of my Malay and like
Your name
Malaysian
is my
friends,
difference.
especially at
Yeah.
work.
Okay.
I just
Wow.
go off in Manglish and it's like,
Wow, very interesting. Okay. So somebody here is saying, I think you have answered this one already, but you can answer again. Somebody said, do you have any favorite food in Malaysia?
yes, yes. I like
Okay.
banana leaf rice.
Banana leaf rice. That is Indian food. So anytime you see Josephine, make sure you treat her with banana leaf rice. Is that okay? Okay. What of your drink? Do you like teh tarik? I mean, do you have any local Malaysian drink that you think you like?
Well, if Limau Ice is considered local, then yes, that would be my drink.
Limau,
Yes,
Limau ice.
Limau
Okay,
Ice.
and from the name, we can say it's local. If you if you mention it with the name, but I think it's just lemon and there's something. Okay,
Yeah.
that's very great. Okay. Some people were curious about that, but you have answered that one already. So somebody say A levels. Okay, I think you have answered all those ones. A levels. What of English? I think you have answered this one. So this English proficiency now, can you use a letter? Okay, no, you are for
No, you
undergraduate. I
cannot.
don't. You don't have any letter. For postgraduate, actually, those who are trying to apply for postgraduate, you can actually use a letter from your bachelor's your program, right? That's if you have done your bachelor program in English language. Yes, the Malaysia accepts that to some
Okay.
extent. Yeah. So okay, let's see. West Africa. Okay. Somebody said, what of credits? I think you have answered that one already. How much you have answered about the fee, right? Somebody
Yep.
said they love your airband. Okay. Any favorite food? Same thing. Wow, so expensive. Okay, this one. Is it compulsory for all undergraduate to stay in hostels?
No, it's not. It's
No.
encouraged,
Okay.
especially for your first year, but it
First
is
year.
not compulsory. I
It's
had
not
quite a number
compulsory.
of friends who lived outside right from the moment we resumed. So,
Wow. Wow. And that takes me to another question. Is Malaysia safe? At least as a lady, you have been in Malaysia for a while. Have you ever experienced any? Is Malaysia safe?
yes, in Malaysia is very, very safe. I can't
Wow.
count the number of times I've left my hostel at 2 a.m. and come back at 4 a.m.
Hmm.
and nothing happened. I can
Nothing
walk
happened.
around in the middle of the night, during the day.
Wow.
It is very, very safe.
Very safe. So there's no bandit here. They don't have bandit here.
I'm sure there are, but I've never come in contact with them. So I'd say probably don't go where they are and they won't come after you.
It's a very funny question. Sorry for those of you who don't know it. Oh, please, that's your luck, eh? But those that understand, they understand. Okay, that's so beautiful. I think it's very nice. And okay, let's see more questions. Somebody say they heard that UM is diverse. Is it true?
Yes, yes, it is.
UM
Diverse
is
in
diverse.
terms of, I'm guessing in terms of the students, right, and where
Oh
we're all
yes,
from. Yeah,
yes.
the international students in UM come from about 80 different countries. So,
Ooh,
yeah,
80.
yes, yes.
Wow, that's a large one. That's a large
Yeah,
one. Okay.
it's quite, it is quite diverse
Wow.
in UM. And we have
Wow. That's
international lecturers as well. So,
oh wow. Have you ever been taught by a lecturer from Africa in
no,
Malaysia?
no, I haven't. There are no African lecturers in my department at the
Department.
moment.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. But there are people from other places,
yes,
other parts of the world. Okay.
yeah.
So somebody said you are so smart. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Somebody said Malaysia Bole can't lie. Okay, Bole. Okay, well, saying great things. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, yeah, she has told you a lot already. Okay, how? Okay, good. And that question: how is the transportation available in Malaysia? What about transportation? Is it easy? And what are the kind of transportation that they have in Malaysia? I think that's what this person wants to ask.
Transportation in Malaysia is easy once you know what you're looking for. But when you
Okay.
first arrive, you might be a bit confused. So
Mm,
you need to, if you're new, your best bet would be to talk to someone who's been here for
mm,
some time, so that they
for
can
some
show
time.
you the ropes. Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of the different types of transportation here, there are
Mm,
taxis, least recommended,
thanks.
followed
Okay.
by buses, also not very recommended. They're never
Wow.
on time. And then
Wow.
you have Grab. It's
Okay.
not top of the list because it's expensive compared to the train. The
Mm.
train is top on my list of transportation options.
Transportation.
Yes,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
because it's very, very cheap. I
Mm.
mean, what would cost you 10 ringgit on Grab would probably cost you like 2 ringgit with the train.
Mm. Very
Yes.
cheap, actually. Very cheap.
So, yeah, the
Very cheap.
train is very cheap. And
Mm.
in terms of the time it takes, it actually doesn't take that much longer time compared to if you're driving. Sometimes it's even the
Wow.
same amount of time that it would take from one train station
Mm.
to the next train station
To the next train
compared to if you're
station.
driving. And even if it's
Mm.
slower, it's only by a few minutes, right? So the
That's
only
so
disadvantage with the train is it might not take you to exactly where you're going.
where you
So
are
you
going.
might, yeah. So in some cases, you might need to walk, or you might need to actually take a cab or take Grab or one of the
Okay.
e-hailing, uh,
Transportation.
uh, yes, to wherever you're
Okay.
going.
You are going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but at the end of the day, Grab always comes to save us. We call it Grab here, but it's
Okay.
e-hailing. So there's Grab, there's My
Generally.
Car. There are actually a number of them, but Grab is the
Of
most
them.
popular one. So yeah, we all
Okay.
call it Grab.
Wow. Okay. So there are a lot of transportation means in Malaysia, and
Yes,
another thing is that you can actually travel via any of these means, even interstate. I think there are trains that go to other states,
yes,
like
yes,
interstate. Am I right?
yes.
Okay.
You're correct.
Okay. Okay. Wow, that's very beautiful. Okay, so somebody said um okay, she has answered this question now. She has answered this question. Have you been have you visited any places in Malaysia? And let me add to the question. If yes, can you tell us your experiences? Where are the places you have visited so far? I mean, in Malaysia, and where are the ones you would like to visit in the future?
Okay.
Maybe
Um.
Explore with Bolu can sponsor you. Who knows?
Yes, please.
They are the ones. So they are the ones. Okay, tell us.
Uh, well, first place I went to in Malaysia was Johor because that is
Wow.
where my family is based. And so
Okay.
I actually lived there for a few months before moving to KL to start my
Okay.
studies. So yes,
Hmm.
I lived in Johor. I did visit a few places there. I went to the Saru Beach. I went to the forgot the name. There's a place in Iskandar Putri that it used
Scandal.
to be water, but then they
Okay.
built on top of it Forest Village, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
Wow.
like a man-made natural resort in a way. Yes,
Wow.
something
Wow.
of the sort. Yeah.
Man-made
My
natural results.
yes, my house is
Okay.
about 5 minutes away from Legoland. So I have seen
Ooh.
that quite a number of times as well. So that's
Wow.
Johor. I've been to Genting Highlands. I went there with my
Wow.
friends once, and back then the park wasn't done yet. So we went to the
Okay.
mall. We saw the casino. We took the cable cars. We
Cable
went to the
car.
temple. Yeah,
Wow.
there are about two temples there. We went to both, took a lot of pictures.
Hmm.
It was fun. I've been to
Wow.
Penang as well. I went there for a
Penang.
class project, interestingly.
Okay. Class
Yeah,
project in Penang.
yes, yes. We
Wonderful.
had a course called Introduction to Malaysia. So the
Mm.
final assignment for that course was pick a place in Malaysia, wherever.
Mm.
You can just pick
Mm.
anywhere and pick a topic as well related to that place. Go there, do
Mm.
a video, and write a paper
A
on it.
project.
Yes.
Wow.
So my
Wow.
group, there were 10 of us. We decided to go to Penang.
Okay.
We're like, why not just make a trip out of it, right? And so
Mm.
we traveled to Penang. We actually got there while the flash flood started. So we were
Ooh.
right in the middle of it, yes. But it was a
Wow.
lot of fun, you know. There's 10 of
Mm.
us trying to make our way through waterlogged places and all that. Yeah, it was fun.
Wow.
We went to the night markets. We tried
Okay.
laksa. We tried nasi kandar.
Lassa.
Yes,
Wow.
we we saw all the street art, the graffiti on the walls, and took
Mm.
pictures with those. Yeah, when
Mm.
it was a lot of fun, even though it was for a class project. Yes, but we had
Wow.
more fun than we needed to have, basically. Yeah.
Wow. That's very beautiful. Wow. Okay.
I've been
So
to
have you
Port
been
Dixon as well. Yeah,
for Dixon? Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Spent
For
Christmas, my
Dixon.
first Christmas there.
Wow. Wow. That's so beautiful. So you have not been to Melaka yet?
No, I haven't. Strangely.
Oh, wow.
It's really close to
Okay.
my house, but I haven't been there.
You haven't been there. Okay. Well, okay, you have tried at least. You have been to some of the places I've not. You have been to. I've been to Port Dickson, but I've not been to Penang yet. And I heard that there's a lot to explore in Penang. I mean,
Yes,
a
yes,
lot. They have a lot of
yes.
food.
They
They have a
do.
lot.
And
In
frankly, I
fact,
think they have some of the best food in this country.
best food, exactly.
Yes,
Many people say that a lot. Even YJ, this person that has
true.
this question, he always recommends, say, Bolu, go to Penang, go to Penang. Penang is the food, something. I say, okay, I will go very soon. So, okay, that's very nice. There are many places in Malaysia and they're very beautiful. And
Yeah.
let me ask you one question, like, because some people usually think that maybe we are just hyping about this Malaysia stuff. Maybe it's just KL, KL. In fact, some of the places are not even KL. By the way, the places you have gone to, what can you say about the road there, the transportation? These are not capital cities, right? So, do you think is their development good also? Are they developing also, or
I-
is only
In
KL that is
terms of
developing?
infrastructure, all over Malaysia, it's almost the same
Malaysia,
thing. Yes.
wow,
Whatever you see in KL, you find in wherever else. At least in all the places I've been to, infrastructure is pretty much the same thing. You've got great
wow.
roads, they've got high rise buildings that are well maintained, electricity is not a problem.
Hmm,
They have beautiful, beautiful buildings and that,
wow,
yeah. So
that's very
it's not
beautiful.
a KL thing. In terms of
It's not a KL
infrastructure,
thing.
Malaysia in general takes a lead
It's a
here.
beautiful place.
Yes.
Wow. That's quite amazing and quite beautiful. So, what's your next place to visit? What's on your list? Where do you want to visit?
Well, I want to go to Cameron Highlands and to Langkawi. I
Cameroon
haven't
Islands.
been there.
Wow.
Cameron,
Okay.
yeah, the strawberry place.
Cameroon Islands and Langkawi. Who knows?
Yes.
Maybe your sponsor is here. Please, so you guys, she wants to go to Cameroon Island and Langkawi. I beg, send us tickets. Okay. Cameroon Island is in which state, by the way? I think that's
uh,
where they have all this tea something, right? The
yeah, they
tea
have well, it's
that
mostly strawberries. They have strawberry plantations
strawberries.
that go
Wow.
kilometers. Yeah,
That place is so beautiful, when I
it is.
look at
I've
it off the
been,
internet. Wow. Okay. That's very great. Yeah, you have very great expectations, and we hope your expectations are being met. Hopefully, maybe if you are still in Malaysia for a while, then definitely you are going to have more opportunity to go to more places. Okay. So, okay, somebody said bonus and amazing. Thank you very much. Malaysian friend, yes, yes, Malaysian friend. Favorite food, yes, banana leaf rice. Oh, somebody said I used to work in West Africa since 1996. Wow, is that so? Wow, that's so beautiful. Which part of West Africa have you been working in or working at? Let us know in the comment section below. West Africa is also large. We have different parts. Somebody said, what is the best country to move to work? Me, I don't know, but
I have no idea.
my guest, do you have an idea?
The best
What is the
country you
best
can move to
country?
work is the country that gives you a job.
Exactly, exactly. There are many countries you can actually,
Yeah.
even Malaysia, you can work here. Oh, we are not saying that you
If
cannot
you
work in
if you get a
Malaysia.
good
You
job
can.
here, it's great to
Mm.
work here. Yeah.
If you get a good job here, why not? Of course, the only thing is that it may not be quite really easy to get that job, but you can. There are people that are actually working here. I mean, it's just a matter of preference and the luck. Everybody's luck is different, right?
Yeah.
So, and the connection too. Sometimes also, if you have the right connection, you can definitely work here also. But yeah, there are countries you can decide to go to. You can go to Australia if you want. If you are going purely for work, but it's not also easy. Don't let anybody deceive you, especially if you're an international student or maybe you are Nigerian watching. It's not easy anywhere. It's not easy anywhere. You have to just know how to find your ways to some of those places. Okay, it's not easy anywhere, but yes, of
Yeah.
course, some of them give you PR and all that, which strengthens your, living opportunities and all that. But anyways, that's not what I'm going to be talking about here. You can find out for yourself the countries you would love to go to We're talking about Malaysia. Okay. All right. Somebody said coding internship. Do you have any recommendations? Maybe of companies or something or whatever,
Um,
or they should
I think
go
the
online.
the only thing I can say with certainty is for internships, you
Hmm.
might be better off considering startups instead
Startups.
of
That's
big
new
organizations.
companies.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Startups give you more room for, well, autonomy in a way. Because they're so
Mm,
small, you have one person doing a lot of things, right? So if you
mm,
really want to learn, if you really want to put your skills to use, the startup gives you the opportunity to do that because they'll give you a lot of work to do, and then you can do that,
wow.
right? If you go for big
Okay.
organizations, they usually wouldn't even have time to tell you what to do or what needs to be done, things like that. So it can be difficult to navigate the bigger places. But if you're in a startup,
Mm,
I mean, you have direct access to whoever's the founder, whoever's in charge of what. So yeah,
mm,
for
I see.
internships, yeah, startups would be your
Okay.
best option.
That's very, very nice. Okay. Somebody said this one. Okay. Got to love the Indians like me, Goran. Okay. I think the questions are just very funny questions. Somebody said, I can recommend. Oh, we have answered this question. Have you? Yeah, she just answered this question. Uh, so somebody said, I can recommend a lot of places for you. Okay, thank you very much. So you can recommend, please. She's willing to go. Panko Island is also a nice place. Okay, have you been to Panko Island? Have you heard
No, I
about it
haven't.
before? Oh, you
Yeah,
have
some of
heard
my
about it.
friends went one of our breaks,
Hmm.
but I was working, so I couldn't go with them.
Okay, couldn't go.
Yeah.
Wow, I see. Say it's in Pahang. Cameroon Island is my favorite. Okay. Yeah, but quite average compared to other islands in Malaysia. Okay. Anyways, I think this year we're going to stop for the questions here because of the time. But the last question I'm going to be asking my guest or our guest together before we round up this session is give your general advice to prospective foreign students or workers, okay, who are wishing or planning to come to Malaysia. Mm,
Okay. I think I'll start with students because I don't have that
okay,
much to say to workers, right? But I was a student
okay,
here. So
okay.
for prospective students coming to Malaysia, first thing I'll say is don't wait for them to talk to you. If you need something, ask. People will answer you. But if they see you struggling, they probably might not say anything. So
Mm,
if you need friends, ask. If you need to talk to someone, just go ahead and talk to them. It's the best way to make friends. It's the easiest way to make friends. And they look like they can bite, but trust me, they are the easiest going people that you can possibly meet. So just
wow.
put yourself out there, and the rewards are worth it. That's one.
Mm, mm,
Number two, uh, international students do not forsake that uh, group of people as well. As an international student, other international
mm,
students are in a way your backbone as
wow.
well. So because international students know people outside of the
Mm,
school, they know people in other schools, they know people from their countries who are studying elsewhere. So when you know one international student, in a way, your network has already expanded itself because they
expanded.
also know
True.
people here and there and everywhere. And so
Mm,
international students can give you answers to a lot of the questions that we have as international students. When you're having
wow.
visa problems, document problems, you need this
Mm,
thing, you need that thing, and local students have no idea what you're talking about. An international
mm,
student can very, very easily find you the answer with one or two phone calls, you know.
wow.
And international students know where to find the food from your country. That's the truth.
Mm.
They don't have to be from your country to know where to find it.
Where to find it?
They know where it is. Most
Wow.
locals have no idea where I can buy Nigerian food. But
Mm.
I know a number of internationals who can tell me where to go to find what. All they have to do is ask their friend who knows somebody that knows the answer. Things like that. So international students know a lot of the uh, small questions that we have
Mm.
as new people in a country, right? And so they can give you that answer easily. Another thing I'll say is learn the language. Don't be like me.
Mm.
Learn the language. It makes your life so much
Easy.
easier. Yes.
Wow.
And
Wow.
getting internships would be much easier if you understand the language. So if you're
Mm.
looking to uh, get some work done here, like you want to work and make a bit of money, if you know the language, you've just made your life so much easier. Uh,
Easier.
a lot of part-time jobs will overlook the fact that you're a foreigner if you can
Mm.
speak Malay. Yeah.
Mm.
So there are people who would never talk to you, but if they realize that you can speak and you can understand, suddenly they want to be your friend. You know.
Mm.
So Malay opens a lot of doors for you in this country, and so if you
Wow.
can learn the language, it's it will do you more good in the long run. You know.
Wow. Wow.
So there's, I think that's about it. And don't be
Okay.
sensitive. Don't be. So if you're too
Mm.
sensitive, well, you won't get much done because
Mm.
you would find people who will offend you left, right, and center. They don't know they're offending you because this
Mm.
is just what their life is, right? So don't be too sensitive. Just understand that, well, they don't know where you're coming from. So, of course, they don't know what's appropriate. And so give people some leeway to make mistakes
Mm.
around you. If you are gentle, if you are nice, over time you would be able to explain to them why something is inappropriate, right?
That's
But if
true.
you react immediately, then they won't want to talk to you anymore. And now you're back to square one. You have no
Mm.
friends and you have nothing to do. So, yeah, that's
Mm.
that's what I'll say.
Wow, wow, wow. This was a very, very powerful one. And I believe everybody is really, really, really benefiting from this. It's been a wonderful time chit chatting with you, Miss Josephine. And we hope to see you again. Hopefully, maybe by that time, who knows? You may be working here or something. We don't know. So we're going to bring you back again. I believe people are really interested to hear more and more and more. And maybe when COVID is over, we can actually maybe, make a video together. And that will be very interesting. Okay, so just before we go, there are some recommendations for you. Kelam Cave, Timar Tasso Lake, Pelis Vineyard, Wang Kilian Viewpoint. Okay, so you say you should visit Pelis. Basically, somebody said Pelis is famous for Pelis Mango Landang. So this is very, very
Okay.
powerful. You have a new friend here. Salma said, "Hi, I'm from Malaysia, Kedah." Okay, so have you been to Kedah before? No, right?
No, 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 I haven't. But I do know
Wow,
of, I know someone from there.
from
Actually,
Kedah.
a couple of people,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, Kedah is in the northern part of Malaysia. I've been there, I think, twice, although I've not really gone there to do any video or something. But yeah, it's a very nice place. Yeah, Kedah is, but you have been to Langkawi.
No, I
No.
haven't.
Oh, okay. I have not been to Langkawi too, but I heard that Langkawi is also in that place where Kedah is actually. Okay. So this person said in Sabah, Kota, Kinabula, so beautiful. Okay, thank you very much. Anyways, it's been a wonderful one. Really appreciate you and wish you the best in your future endeavors. And
Thank you for
we
having
hope,
me.
thank you very much. You're welcome. We hope that all your heart desires be met as you have graced our channel today. And just take good care of yourself. Thank you so much. Once again,
You
guys, thank
too.
you so much for joining this live show. It's going to be the close for now. Till I see you next time. That is next Saturday. We're going to be coming live again with another guest. I hope you stay safe, stay positive. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Much love and God bless you. And we are all saying bye
Bye.
bye. All right. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Okay.